Unearthed will start up for you in just about 30 seconds, but first we're going to talk about some active weather across the country today. We had a low develop yesterday on the east side of the Rockies, and that's created some instability in the atmosphere, so you can see widespread through the west. We are looking at a non-severe thunderstorm risk today. The isolated severe risk, that's relegated to the Elbow region and also the central interior of BC. Sliding into Ontario and Quebec, a wide area is under that non-severe risk thanks to a few surface lows, also creating some instability. So glad you're with us here on the Weather Network. I'm going to get you to Angry Planet in about 30 seconds, but first, let's talk about active weather across the country. We had a low develop yesterday on the east side of the Rockies, and that has been the trigger for the risk of non-severe thunderstorms through the west. The isolated severe risk, that's relegated to the Elbow region in Alberta and also through the central interior of BC. Meanwhile, further to the east and through central Canada, a few surface lows also creating some instability in the atmosphere, and you can see we have a widespread thunderstorm risk for today.
Spread out all the heat.
For the Weather Network, Deb Matiechka.
Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Developing Stories. Michelle Mackey, Chris May joining you. Let's jump right in.
Take a look at our developing stories. First, we were tweeting out, I was tweeting out with the Weather Network, and Alex was doing this with us behind the scenes. We want to know what you've got planned for your Canada Day. I got another one that just came in. Wendy Somerville says, helping dad move tomorrow. Please don't let it rain in Barrie. This is good. This is good. I'm glad you tuned in because we're going to tell you all about it. We're searching. Scorching temperatures still continue out west. The wildfires continue in Saskatchewan. We have Canada Day hacks. If you haven't seen that, it is probably one of the best pieces put together by Nate Cole ever. So here we go. Let's get into our current systems.
Okay, we have this ridge of high pressure again in the west. That means hot, humid conditions, but we do have some instability causing a thunderstorm risk through the prairies. And then we have a few of these cutoff lows circulating around central Canada, also dealing with some instability there in the form of thunderstorm risks. How about the fire danger?
Fire danger rating continues at extreme, and it goes all the way from most of the Northwest Territories. But not to undersell very high. Very high is really a whisker away from being extreme, and this is widespread throughout the prairies. What doesn't make it any easier is the thunderstorm risk, severe central interior. But within the fire, it looks like this.
Drifting to the south along the jet stream, and that has caused a lot of smoke in the air through Saskatchewan, Manitoba, some air quality statements in effect.
Still in effect from Environment Canada. Thunderstorm risk throughout much of Ontario. So there we are in Barrie, where you were looking at light amounts of rain, and then into tomorrow by morning it clears. Now we turn it over to Nathan Coleman. Watch this.
What a great country we live in, and tomorrow we celebrate Canada's 148th birthday party. So I hope you've got some fun things planned. Checking in satellite and radar, we do have some instability through the prairies, also through Ontario. But as we look to the Maritimes, clear today, and it's also going to be clear and nice for your Canada Day tomorrow. Temperatures in the low to mid-20s. Really good conditions for fireworks if you have any evening plans. The potential is there for Quebec to be dealing with some thunderstorms, unsettled conditions into your Wednesday evening, but that should clear out for Ontario by the time we move into firework prime time. Before we get there, though, looking at about 5 to 15 millimeters of rain widespread. And to top it all off today, we do have a thunderstorm risk for a very broad area, for the most part non-severe in nature, and this is due to several cutoff lows. They're not attached to the conveyor belt that is the jet stream, so they're lingering around for today and tomorrow. Meanwhile, yesterday, Kevin Yard was having some fun at Rib Fest in Toronto. Definitely want to check that out. Bring the umbrella if you're heading there today, but also bring your appetite. Sliding into the prairies, we had a low develop on the east side of the Rockies yesterday, and that's really sparked off some instability. You can see the widespread non-severe thunderstorm risk. Where we see that isolated severe risk, that's relegated to the Elbow region, so northwest areas of Edmonton, and also through the central interior of British Columbia. Earlier in the day, we did have some watches from Environment Canada. Temperatures through the prairies, nice and warm for Canada Day.
Hi there, Chris May, along with Michelle Mackey. Happy Canada Day to you, as for those of you that I might not get an opportunity to see tomorrow. Our developing stories go like this.
Who's going to see fireworks across the country and who's going to see nature's fireworks? That's always an important one to talk about.
Yeah.
And in honor of Canada's 148th birthday tomorrow, we are going to talk about Canada weather winds.
Coming up on that 150th in 2017, of course, that's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a big one. The instability, that's bringing thunderstorms. We'll talk about that coming up. Things we're going to talk about, the heat-triggered thunderstorms in the prairies, also the fires, and how hot and dry it has been in British Columbia. Lots to get through.
Yeah, it just continues to be hot and dry in British Columbia. We also have a thunderstorm risk today, quite widespread through the prairies, daytime heating associated with this. We also have a low causing some instability in the atmosphere. The isolated severe risk, that's relegated to the central interior of BC, the Elbow region of Alberta. Also dealing with a thunderstorm risk in Ontario.
That extends today. Rain will continue on into tomorrow. Some of the heaviest hit southeast Ontario, southern Quebec, Kingston through Cornwall, Ottawa clears through the day tomorrow into the evening, Montreal through Quebec City. Sadly, looks like it's going to continue as we get through the day. As also this trough continues right through Monday. Continues cool, below seasonal, hot, and some humidity continues to pump into the west. Happy Canada Day once again. And these
To Ottawa, I saw the fireworks. Incredible. How about you? Best Canada Day?
I can't match that. Having them for free in my backyard because all the neighbors are setting off fireworks. So they're hashtag jealousy.
Yeah.
We're going to close with this. Then we have top 5 Canada's Canada for the win. This is where rain is expected on the Wednesday night.
Yeah, looking good to the south coast of BC, also in through northern Ontario. But where we see those dark greens, yeah, not looking too good, unfortunately.
In celebration of Canada and our country, top 5 Canada wins.
And from around the world to your weather story here at home, Michelle Mackey joining you on this Tuesday, one day away until Canada Day. So I hope you've got some fun plans. Checking in satellite and radar, we have some rainfall in northern Ontario. The rainfall warnings have now been dropped. We're also dealing with some instability in the prairies. We have a widespread thunderstorm risk that I'm going to show you throughout the hour. But we're going to take a little bit of a focus to start off into central and eastern Canada. Today in Atlantic Canada, I mean, hey, you've got a wonderful day in store. Temperatures anywhere from the low 20s to the mid 20s. Lots of sunshine, high pressure in place, but it's what we call a dirty high, which means we do have a little bit of cloud cover, mostly sun. We are dealing with 3 lows that are affecting central Canada. They're cut-off lows, so they're not attached to the conveyor belt that is the jet stream. So they're lingering around for today and through Wednesday. Widespread, looking at about 5 to 15 millimeters of rain, higher amounts through eastern Ontario and into Quebec. A widespread thunderstorm area associated with this as well. We'll show you some incredible footage from Newmarket. The clouds, they just kept continuing to build. I went for a run in the afternoon and I could see those giant cumulonimbus clouds building in the afternoon. Meanwhile, through the prairies, there's your area of thunderstorm potential. For the most part, non-severe, and the temperature still very hot, humid, and that's going to continue into the end of the week.
Busy week to have off, and today is the eve of Canada Day. Tomorrow, of course, we've got a risk of some thunderstorms moving through parts of the Prairie provinces. Could be severe north of the city of Edmonton. And in Ontario, there's some rain in the north, a risk of thunderstorms in the south that's very widespread. As for Atlantic Canada, clear day today for you, but on Wednesday, a few question marks here around this low pressure system. Looks like from Kingston to Quebec City, we could see some showers through the day, so just plan for Plan B.